Thank you for watching Two Guys Too Much TV. I'm Vincent. This is God. You know me as Oath Blade.
Welcome to the show.
As you know, we promised a show tonight, so we're going to do one, and it's going to be half-assed, and you're not going to like it, but oh well.
It's not about you. It's about us.
It's all about being a fame whore.
Duh. Everything is. Gotta be like Nicki Minaj. Those awesome outfits. I don't know if you've seen them.
Didn't she say it wasn't about the money? Or was that somebody else?
Who hasn't said it's not about the money?
Rebecca Black. Just about the hits.
No, it's not about the hits. It's about Friday.
Pwned. So anyway, we have a couple of things lined up. God's gonna talk about some shocking news. Shocking.
We're talking about Percy.
Yes.
What?
You're pregnant!
I'm I'm gonna be a father? Yes! The guy from the Green Mile, Percy Jackson, was his name in the movie. I don't know the actor's name. Is married to a 16-year-old. He's 51 years old.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Random person. For the win. Anyway.
I'm not sure what areas support those kinds of laws, but that's an interesting age difference. I don't think they would have very much in common, or very much to talk about even.
Did you watch the Green
Of course,
Mile?
I pretty much guarantee it's all about that ass.
Oh, Trevor. What? All I can think about is when I think of Percy Jackson as the Olympian.
Oh.
So it's 10 times worse, but you're like, yeah, it's a
It totally isn't his name in the movie, Percy Jackson.
guy. I know.
It's Percy something. Who names their kid Percival?
I don't know.
Percival.
Who names their kid Nigel?
The Thornberries? Or...
The 90s.
Yeah. That too. TV show lineups now compared to shows in the 90s. Oh man. We have kids watching, Toddlers and Tiaras and My Super Sweet 16 and all these other shows that are horrendous, to be blunt. We need to take it back, get back into, the Rugrats, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Power Rangers, even go as far back as the Smurfs and Thundercats. Just bring back good cartoons. Because everybody, even on the Disney Channel now, is just a fame whore. They are.
That's right, Jonas Brothers.
And they're all like 18 and 19-year-olds posing as like 13-year-olds. So what's the deal there? You just actually go and get some 13-year-olds to fill the 13-year-old part.
I think that goes against child labor laws now. You can't have a child work on the set. Quick, go get somebody twice their age. It's like voice
Why
actors.
don't child labor laws affect children in movies working? I wonder if that...
They're only allowed a certain couple of hours to actually film. And they have
Sure,
to, yeah.
really?
Yeah, that's very strict.
That's weird.
And
Cause
I didn't understand it. I just thought they just got a bunch of, orphans and just worked them to the bone.
Because I'm sure Macaulay Culkin gave a shit when they were like, here you go, here's your $1 million for doing a bunch of movies. When he's like 10.
The last thing I saw him in was in Party Monster.
Frankie Muniz was on Twitter, and he put this guy posted about how big of an asshole he is, and all he posted back was, man, I'll tell you what, it's nice to be able to retire at 22.
Ready? Random person! Dun, 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 dun.
I'm gonna kill you all.
All of
random.
us,
Yeah, all the YouTube watchers?
we're terrified. You're definitely scary.
That's right. You better watch yourself. Now when you're done watching this video, someone's going to come to your house and murder you. I'm serious. I'm super serial.
Which is incentive for you to stop.
Oh, come on. How many times have you seen that on YouTube?
I
If
mean,
you watch this,
even
you're
if the
gonna
show
die.
is excellent, you probably wouldn't trade your life for it.
I totally would. I totally just to see if it happened. You ever get one of those like videos? Watch this and die. Come on, we'll all go watch The Ring together.
Oh man, chain messages revolving around horror stories gotten out of hand. There was one about it was on Facebook. Somebody's like, if you don't forward this to 12 people, this girl will show up in your room at like midnight or something like that, and she's gonna kill you. Blah blah blah. All this other obviously false information. I never forward anything like that. And even if she did appear in my room at about midnight, I wouldn't be there, so it's okay.
Isn't that awesome? She shows up to an empty room. Well, I guess you're screwed now.
Yeah, right?
I wonder if she'll sit around and wait. It's like that one on YouTube where it's like...
Why not?
Yeah,
She's supposedly already dead.
Exactly.
She's got time.
There's just one about this where like it shows you this portrait of this girl on YouTube, and it's like gives you this whole story of how she died so tragically and everything, and like it's like now that you've watched this whole video and you've stared at her portrait, she's going to find you and come murder you. Yes, that's right, because everybody on YouTube is going to die from watching it.
Yeah, right.
Because she's going to be sitting there in the afterlife like, I'm going to kill all these people who watched. That never made any sense to me.
Oh man. There was a...
There was a what? Let's hear this ridiculous story.
It's not so ridiculous. It's not even a story, really. It was a incomplete sentence. So I have no idea what I was going to say.
For the win.
It happens. Especially to me.
Could be worse.
For all you intelligent watchers, you probably guess why.
Years and years of, shall we say, other worldly measures.
No, it's very this worldly. Or two.
It's all natural, man. But back to the whole idea of like the 90s compared to now. I really hate any network. Because it's all like reality TV. Like Jersey Shore. Fuck that show.
Which, mark my words, reality TV will help in aiding the destruction of the world. To be as dramatic as possible. Dun dun dun.
We need the dramatic gopher.
Because it really is horrible. The things that people are learning from those shows that nobody else picks up on. Like, kids watching any show like that is just a tragedy in parenting.
Well, add on to this. I mean, think about it. We have people from a reality TV show in Italy representing Americans. Do you really want the rest of the world to think we're a bunch of idiots who party all the time and sleep around like a bunch of hookers?
Abercrombie and Fitch is actually paying the situation from Jersey Shore and the rest of the Jersey Shore cast not to wear their clothing anymore because they're afraid that wearing their clothing will give their brand a bad name. So, kudos to you, Abercrombie and Fitch, even though I wear nothing that you make.
I think that's amazing that someone's actually paying them not to advertise.
Mm-hmm.
How wonderful is that to be such a douchebag that you get paid to not represent people? You know how nice that would be? Don't represent us. Okay, give me money.
You make sure that you have absolutely no affiliation to our company, you scum.
Here's $10,000. Okay, I can do that.
Yep.
And then just to be in another country, you know, they always tell you when you go to a different country, you're an American. And we stick out like a sore thumb anyway. I mean, come on. Have you ever seen an
All
American?
Americans look the same.
Yep. It's so sad. We all weigh about 500 pounds more.
Man, I don't even weigh 500 pounds. I'm behind.
Just go to McDonald's and get a McDouble cheeseburger heart attack. We'll just bleep out that last sentence. Get sued by certain corporations. Damn clown. That was another
We're not
thing.
going to get sued by the Burger King.
He's all
If
good.
he showed up in court, I would totally lose that case just to see the Burger King guy. Just be like,
Those
yo,
are
what's
my
up,
bets.
King? If I had it my way, I wouldn't be losing a court case.
What I think is hilarious is that, like, people, like, I don't understand how people get away with, like, suing for stupidity. It traces back to the woman who spilled hot coffee on herself. She sued because it didn't say hot on there?
We need an indicator now. The fact that warmth emanates from the cup is not good enough.
I get it was a styrofoam cup and crappily made, you know, shitty design. It was like the Titanic of cups. But I mean, come on.
Do its job halfway?
Well, apparently it hit an iceberg when she smelt it.
Rose will never let go of it.
That woman probably went back to McDonald's afterwards, too.
Of course. And then there was the man that tried to sue McDonald's because he got fat eating their food. Wow. Shock. If you eat McDonald's 3 times a day for, 2 weeks, you're going to put on 100 pounds. Duh. Should be common sense. You shouldn't be able to sue for things that should be common sense. You should be able to sue for the lack of common sense. I would be one rich fucker.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And it also goes to show you, why would you go to McDonald's 3 times a day anyway? It's like, you really want to waste that much money? Go to the grocery store and buy a week's worth of food and be fine with it. You know?
Yeah.
No, I want to go spend $5 on a Big Mac every day, 3 times a day. That's $15 a day plus tax, and it's like, you're sitting there, it's ridiculous.
On the subject of heart attacks and McDonald's and fast food, if you want to die prematurely, you should definitely go to McDonald's and get a McDouble and a McChicken and smash them together. It's called a McGangbang, and it's like the most delicious thing ever.
Yeah, that's right.
Until you're sick 45 minutes after you eat McDonald's, but still, you should do that.
And if you're really desperate and lonely, do it with a double quarter pounder. We call that the Widowmaker. Minus the widow. Because nobody in their right mind should ever do that.
Minus the widow. So we call it the maker.
Get ready to meet it.
That's right.
That's right, there you go. New McDonald's sandwich, the maker. Because you can't afford a widow. McDonald's should target lonely people.
McDonald's targets everyone. The fast food industry is just ludicrous. And if you saw the way the animals were treated, and I'm not a vegetarian, I eat meat because it's fucking delicious. So, but if you actually saw the way the animals are treated, it's pretty disgusting. And chickens are supposed to mature to the point where you can eat them over 3 months, and we pump them so full of hormones and steroids that it only takes 49 days for a fully grown chicken anymore.
Super chicken.
And everybody's wondering what's happening to the youth of America and why they're growing up so early. Well, maybe if we'd stop pumping growth hormone into our food.
That's true. I mean, it used to be you could tell, people's ages by like looking at them on the street, and then you also have to